Hello and welcome. I'm happy to see you here, and today we are going to discuss the next episode from the film Bridget Jones's Diary. So let's start, and first of all, please watch the episode.
Night, Daniel.
Right. No pressure, Bridge, but your whole future happiness now depends on how you behave on this one social occasion.
Right, what should I do?
First, look gorgeous. Two, then totally ignore Daniel and suck up to famous authors.
Salman.
Circulate. Oozing intelligence.
Isn't it terrible about Chechnya?
Introduce people with thoughtful details, such as Sheila, this is Daniel. Daniel, this is Sheila. Sheila enjoys horse riding and comes from New Zealand. Daniel enjoys publishing and comes...
All over your face?
Exactly.
Excuse me, I'm terribly sorry to interrupt you when you're having dinner. It's just
Yes.
that...
Yes, it was me. Yes. 9 years ago. No current plans to record anything else. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's just that your chair is on my wife's coat. Your chair on the leg of the... Thank you so much, thank you.
Well, now let's look at the new words. Please don't forget to repeat after me. The first word is depend on. Depend on. The next one is behave. Now listen to the sentence.
No pressure, Bridge, but your whole future happiness now depends on how you behave on this one social occasion.
No pressure, Bridge, but your whole future happiness now depends on how you behave on this one social occasion. Не надо давить, Бридж, но все твое будущее счастье сейчас зависит от того, как ты будешь себя вести на этом мероприятии, на этом социальном мероприятии. Listen again.
No pressure, Bridge, but your whole future happiness now depends on how you behave on this one social occasion.
Let's practice. No pressure, Bridge, but, она выделяет это слово, but your whole future happiness now depends on how you, эти слова произносятся быстро, depends on how you behave on this social occasion. Now please listen and repeat.
No pressure, Bridge, but your whole future happiness now depends on how you behave on this one social occasion.
One more time.
No pressure, Bridge, but your whole future happiness now depends on how you behave on this one social occasion.
And the last time.
No pressure, Bridge, but your whole future happiness now depends on how you behave on this one social occasion.
The next sentence and two more new words. Ignore. Игнорируй, игнорировать. Suck up. Подлизываться. Suck up. Подлизываться. Listen to the example.
Then totally ignore Daniel and suck up to famous authors.
Then totally ignore Daniel and suck up to famous authors. Поэтому тогда полностью игнорируй Дэниеля и подлизывайся к знаменитым авторам. Listen again.
Then totally ignore Daniel and suck up to famous authors.
Then totally ignore Daniel and suck up, объединяем, and suck up to famous actors, authors. So listen and repeat.
Then totally ignore Daniel and suck up to famous authors. Then totally ignore Daniel and suck up to famous authors. Then totally ignore Daniel and suck up to famous authors.
And two more phrases. Terribly sorry. Terribly sorry. Ужасно сожалею. Interrupt. Interrupt. Listen to the example.
Excuse me, I'm terribly sorry to interrupt you when you're having dinner.
Excuse me. Извините меня. I'm terribly sorry to interrupt you. Ужасно сожалею, что прерываю вас. When you're having dinner. Когда вы ужинаете. One more time.
Excuse me, I'm terribly sorry to interrupt you when you're having dinner.
Excuse me, I'm terribly sorry to interrupt you. Здесь немножко вроде прослеживается между interrupt you звук ч. Давайте послушаем.
Excuse me, I'm terribly sorry to interrupt you when you're interrupt you. Now please listen and repeat. Excuse me, I'm terribly sorry to interrupt you when you're having dinner. Excuse me, I'm terribly sorry to interrupt you when you're having dinner.
And one more time.
Excuse me, I'm terribly sorry to interrupt you when you're having dinner.
Well, now it's time for you to listen to this episode one more time and fill in the gaps. So here you see the words dinner, current, cold, occasion, terrible, details. Put these words back into the text. You are going to watch this episode twice.
Night, Daniel.
Right. No pressure, Bridget, but your whole future happiness now depends on how you behave on this one social occasion.
Right. What should I do?
First, look gorgeous. Two, then totally ignore Daniel and suck up to famous authors.
Salman.
Circulate. Oozing intelligence.
Isn't it terrible about Chechnya? Isn't it terrible about Chechnya?
Introduce people with thoughtful details, such as Sheila, this is Daniel. Daniel, this is Sheila. Sheila enjoys horse riding and comes from New Zealand. Daniel enjoys publishing and comes...
All over your face?
Exactly.
Excuse me, I'm terribly sorry to interrupt you when you're having dinner. It's just
Yes. Yes, it was me. Yes. 9 years ago. No current plans to record anything else. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's just that your chair is on my wife's coat. Your chair on the leg of the... Thank you so much. Thank you.
One more time.
Night, Daniel.
Right. No pressure, Bridget, but your whole future happiness now depends on how you behave on this one social occasion.
Right. What should I do?
First, look gorgeous. Two, then totally ignore Daniel and suck up to famous authors.
Salman.
Circulate. Oozing intelligence.
Isn't it terrible about Chechnya? Isn't it terrible about Chechnya?
Introduce people with thoughtful details, such as Sheila, this is Daniel. Daniel, this is Sheila. Sheila enjoys horse riding and comes from New Zealand. Daniel enjoys publishing and comes...
All over your face?
Exactly.
Excuse me, I'm terribly sorry to interrupt you when you're having dinner. It's just
Yes. Yes, it was me. Yes. 9 years ago. No current plans to record anything else. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's just that your chair is on my wife's coat. Your chair on the leg of the... Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, now let's check your answers. So the first word is occasion, then terrible, then details, after that dinner, current and coat. I hope that you did it well. Now let's look closer at this episode. Here is the text, and now we are going to discuss it sentence by sentence. So please listen.
Night, Daniel.
Right. No pressure, Bridget, but
Right, no pressure bridge. Без давления bridge.
your whole future happiness now depends on how you behave on this one social occasion.
But your whole future happiness now depends on how you behave on this one special occasion. Но все твое счастье, будущее счастье зависит от того, как ты будешь вести себя на этом социальном мероприятии.
Right.
Right. One more time.
This one social occasion.
Right.
Right. Не договаривает. Звук Т не произносит. Right. Это очень характерно. В английском языке конечные звуки Т, Д часто подвергаются различным сокращениям и до такой степени, что даже их не произносят.
What should I do?
What should I do? Что мне следует делать?
Right. What should I do?
First, look gorgeous.
First, look gorgeous. Выгляди великолепно.
2, then totally ignore Daniel and suck up to famous authors.
Then, totally ignore Daniel and suck up to famous authors. Потом, полностью игнорируй Дэниела и подлизывайся к знаменитым авторам.
Salman.
Салман, Салман, Салман.
Circulate.
Circulate. Так, ходи. Кружи по кругу, ходи.
Oozing intelligence.
Oozing intelligent. Источая ум, intelligence.
Isn't it terrible about Chechnya?
Isn't it terrible about Чечня? Разве это не ужасно по поводу Чечни? Isn't it, объединяем. Isn't it terrible about Чечня?
Isn't it terrible about Chechnya?
Introduce people with thoughtful details.
Introduce people with thoughtful details. Представляй людей с вдумчивыми деталями.
Introduce people with thoughtful details.
Introduce people with thoughtful details. Сложное сочетание with и дальше thoughtful. With thoughtful details.
Such as Sheila, this is Daniel.
Such as Sheila, this is Daniel. Sheila – это Daniel.
Daniel, this is Sheila.
Daniel, this is Sheila. Daniel – это Sheila.
Sheila enjoys horse riding and comes from New Zealand.
Sheila enjoys horse riding and comes from New Zealand. Sheila увлекается катанием на лошадях и родом из Новой Зеландии. Comes from.
Daniel enjoys publishing and comes
All over your face?
Daniel enjoys publishing and comes all over your face. Дэниел увлекается издательством и оргазмами. Come all over your face – это оргазмировать. В принципе, это предложение можно перевести как Дэниел любит издательство, заниматься издательством и оргазмировать. Next. Exactly. Точно.
Excuse me, I'm terribly sorry to interrupt you when you're having dinner. It's just...
Excuse me, извините, I'm terribly sorry to interrupt you. Ужасно жаль прерывать вас when you're having dinner, когда вы ужинаете. Just – это просто...
Yes. Yes, it was me.
Yes, it was me. Это был я. It was me. Первая буква в слове it произносится очень слабо. It was me. Даже, может быть, практически не слышно. Давайте еще раз послушаем.
Yes, it was me.
It was me. Yes, it was me. Yes, it was me. Практически не слышно.
Yes, it was me.
Yes, it was me.
Yes. 9 years ago.
Yes, 9 years ago, 9 лет назад.
No current plans to record anything else.
No current plans to record anything else. Нет ближайших планов писать что-либо еще.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You практически не слышно. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Listen again.
Record anything else. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You. Не you, да? You. Thank you so much.
Just that your chair is on my wife's coat.
Your chair is on my wife's coat. Ваш стул на пальто моей жены.
Your chair on the leg of the...
Okay. Your chair is on the... Of course it is. Thank you so much. Thank you. Конечно, да. Спасибо вам большое, спасибо. Well, now it's time for your homework. Please at home listen to the new sentences and repeat them 10 or 15 times. Thank you for being with me and see you next video lesson. Goodbye.